Evening, how you doing? I've decided to come down to the lake tonight to show you. It was 8 p.m. at night when I left home. These are my two companions for the night. They're swimming in the water. You can just see across to the other side of the lake. And there's no houses anywhere around here. If I don't talk, you can hear how quiet it is. So this is a man-made lake. It's actually a big quarry, really deep. And it, when they finished using it, it just filled with water, and now the wildlife hang out here. It's fresh water. The dogs swim in it. These are my two riding companions. One, there's the other one. So it's nice to sit down here somewhere on the edge of the water. You can swim in there and just contemplate life and things, especially when I'm a little bit angry or infuriated or not sure of how I feel. I like to sit down here and just relax. There's nothing to hear here except the wilderness. We call it the bush, but you might call it wilderness, or you might call it forest, I guess, something like that. So I rode here on the bicycle. The dogs have been swimming, so they're nice and cool and they're ready to go. Like I said, it's like about 9 o'clock at night now. I left at 8 and it's about 32 degrees centigrade, so I guess that's about 90 or 88 degrees Fahrenheit, so it's a fairly warm night but not too hot. But the dogs still wanted to swim in the water, so I'll go for a bit of a ride with you guys and have a chat. I'll just get set up and then we'll get going again. Okay, so here we are. I just got my bike and we're leaving the water, so we're going to head off. It's about another hour's ride for me home. So my two riding companions absolutely love coming out here. Have to try to keep the camera focused on the road. Quite hard to ride and hold the camera at the same time. So hope you guys are doing well. Haven't heard from me in a little bit. I've been busy with some things and I haven't been feeling too well. So that's the long way home. So, haven't been feeling too well. Been suffering a little bit from depression, but it's nearly Christmas here. It's early December. This is better. It's early December, so we're heading into Christmas when you make all your New Year's packs, I guess you would call them. So it's fairly green. We've had plenty of rain this year. It's nice, and I've decided that next year I'm really going to try and work on being more in charge of my emotions. I haven't done too well this year. I've worked too hard. I've been busy starting projects like this. Yeah, although this is to try and help others, I guess I've got to be in a position myself to be able to help others. So these were the roads they used to use for the trucks when they came in here and carted all the dirt off. They used it for building a major highway about 10 miles from here. So that's how come there was such a great big hole in the middle of nowhere. So it's very green, exceptionally green. They burn it off from time to time. So next year I really want to try and get in charge of my emotions and those sorts of things, and just be a better person. I've burned a lot of people over the years with my depression. They're called cane toads. They're sugar cane toads. They come from South Africa. Well, they were brought here to control cane beetles, but didn't really do a great job of it, and they're eating our native frogs and killing our fish because they're poisonous. There's one. So you can see the dogs love coming out here with me. They're great companions for people with depression. They always want to be by your side, and they're always happy and cheerful if you're home. Fantastic. Any type of pet, I guess, is good for us guys. So power lines. If ever you get lost in here, as soon as you find the power lines, you should be pretty right. Know your way home. So I really hope that next year everybody really takes a step to getting on top of their depression and getting in charge rather than being a victim to it. I think I've felt a victim for like 60 years, and I've had enough. I've burned a lot of people, a lot of friends I've had for a long time. It's just like I almost like wait for them to make a mistake, and then it's like, oh yeah, that's it, it's over. I'm not going to talk to them ever again, and I don't. Well, just went through a spider's web. All of our really poisonous spiders in Australia, they all live on the ground. They don't make webs, so you can ride through them reasonably safely. So at one stage before this become where our state government took it over for 100 years and said it can't be cleared, can't be anything done with it for 100 years. It was cleared as forest trees, and obviously they built a great big quarry out of it. So that's why there's no really big trees in here. That was knocked down by the cyclone we had last year. Big tree there. So yeah, we do have some bigger trees in Australia than these, but most of it's cleared for timber because we've got some really great hardwood, natural native hardwood. So I hope you guys have got some plans for next year with your depression to make it a better year than this one. Not sure obviously what type of year you guys had, but it was a real tough year for me. I didn't do well with other people. There's a lot of people I should say sorry to, and you know, I probably never will. I'd just rather make new friends than apologise to old ones, because I know that around the corner I'm going to do the same thing to them. So I don't know. I guess I'm just not that nice a person. I try, but yeah, I just keep on rubbing people up the wrong way. So to anyone who's young, in their early teens, early 20s, and you're really struggling with your anger, and you're thinking, when I get older, all that anger and hate's going to go away. I'm 60, and I can tell you it's gotten worse. It hasn't gotten better. Next year I'm really going to concentrate on getting on top of that and learning to control my emotions better. But it's really, as life and the difficulties of life get on top of your shoulders, you start hating more and more things. My hate and bad manners have got me in a lot of trouble with the police over the time. I've spent time on the wrong side of the bars because of it. Looking out instead of looking in, as they say. And I regretted every minute of it afterwards, but at the time it all seems like such a sensible thing to be doing. But it really wasn't at all. So if you're young and you're really having trouble controlling your aggression and your anger and your hate, and it doesn't even matter what it's toward, a lot of the time you don't even know what it's about. But there's nobody who can really help you apart from you when you start feeling that getting on top of you. You need to take measures to get it back under control. And I really can't offer you advice on what those measures are, because I'm still having trouble with it myself, but otherwise it will ruin your life, I can tell you. So you need to see it for what it is and then change it. Change the way you feel, the way you think. Whatever's triggering you, whoever's triggering you, you know. Now we've got one dog. Where's the other one? Oh yeah, behind us. Oh, nearly ran over my own dog. This is Lady. The other one's Harley. They're my riding companions. We try to do this 3 times a week, but no less than 2. But if it's raining or storms, we can't come out. Harley, not this one, Harley's the other one, that one. He's terrified of thunder and lightning. He just runs straight out of here. He knows his way home. But more often than not, he doesn't run home. He just runs. And perhaps we're all a little bit like that too. That we're running from something that doesn't even exist, rather than to something that does exist. I know I'm guilty of it. So next year I hope to be, that's a cane toad. I hope to be changing my my channel a little bit and just working on myself and letting you guys know how I'm doing with it, and perhaps some of my subscribers, which I already have. Thanks to one subscriber, I went down to the lake tonight and showed you the lake. He told me about his lake and how much he gets out of going there, so I thought, yeah, we can all do that. Even me. I've got a lake and I love going there. beach is one of my favourites as well. But next year I want to try and hold myself accountable, and you guys hold me accountable, and we'll make it a much better year of looking after ourselves and our mental health, and then we'll be in a better position to help others. If you ever thought koalas were easy to spot in Australia, then that's what you're looking at. And if you think you can spot a koala up there, you're doing better than me. I've been coming into this bit of wilderness here for, what was I, 20 years old, 40 years now. I've been coming in here. I've never seen a koala. So koalas, virtually impossible to spot. They track them with collars. There's 8 of them in here. I was talking to the forestry person who's in charge of the koalas, and there's 8. There's a main road. There's no use me pointing, but it's about 13 mile, I guess, a bit more than 10. And it separates this bushland from another one that's a little bit smaller, and they've got these wires for the koalas to cross to go from one to the other. And in the other area there's about 30 koalas. They come over here to feed and breed, and then they go back over there. For some reason the trees or the leaves or the books to read, whatever it is, much better over there. So there's more koalas in that smaller area than there are in this bigger one. So I don't actually know how big this is in hectares or acres or whatever anybody might talk about, but if I'm not holding a camera and riding at a normal pace, a lot quicker than this, but I got one hand on the handlebars and one on the camera, and no dogs to slow me down, I can ride from one side to the other in just over an hour, and it's basically a square. So I guess maybe that's I don't know, 15-20 mile from one side to the other, maybe 15. So it's actually quite big. Well, considering it's smack bang in the middle of the suburbs. So if anybody's still watching this, it's thanks for listening to me rabbit on. Still got the other dog. Yeah. So mountain biking is my favourite form of exercise. I really like coming out with the dogs. It's a great bonding time for us. They really appreciate it. You can see they're having a great time. But just to do the exercise and a 2-hour ride where you don't see anybody, you know, you're just here in nature, and yeah, that's just really calming for me. I can get myself back on track, and I obviously spend so much time off track that I've got to do this 2 or 3 times a week. I used to do it with my wife, but she's had a really bad break in her ankle, and she's got 3 or 4 screws in it and some plates and all sorts of things, so she can just hobble around the house now. She can't ride a bike like she used to. But now I just come with the dogs. They love it. So if you can find something to do where you can really break away from reality and the stresses of life, well, then you should really try to do it, and do it as frequently as you can, because that's how we keep our sanity when we've got really bad depression. Well, it does for me anyway. It really helps me. So I really hope you guys can find things to not only distract you when you're feeling really, really bad and starting to slip into those darker places, but you can actually find joy and a reason to do them. Like this, you know, I just love coming out. I have to come at night because of the dogs. We get a lot of walkers in here, and you can see I run the dogs without a lead on them. So a lot of those people have dogs too, and you know, dogs and other dogs don't get along. So welcome to my home. I've had a great time bringing this to you and showing you some of my world. This is Australia. There you can read the sign, Wallaby Trail. Not many other places in the world have a trail called Wallaby Trail. So this is the inspiration for this came from one of my subscribers who was telling me about what he does in his lake. So that's what inspired me to come out here and show you what I do. It's not just hanging around in the gym pushing weights. There's a lot of other things I do as well, and this is one of them. And I showed you my lake. It's not really like one of those lakes where you're going to walk around and see some beautiful sights. It's more one of those tranquil, quiet places where you sit and think. So that's about it for now. I'm going to cut it off here, and this has been an absolute pleasure bringing this to you guys. So if you enjoyed it, like, and if you want to see some more stuff, next week I'm in Fiji, so I'm going to bring you something from the beach in Fiji. So all the best, farewell, thank you. Be the light to somebody else's darkness, and if you're in a really bad place, then let somebody else be the light to your darkness, as it were. So here we are. There's still no houses, nothing to be seen, nothing to be heard. We're just out here in the middle of nowhere. I'm glad you all stuck around. You all listened to me, and I'll do the same for you. I'll listen to you. Thanks a lot. Farewell. Have a great night.